Edward Middleton great-grandparents had been white slaves in the Christian and Muslim war around the Black Sea and Mediterranean Sea in the 1300s. Records show that there were more white Christians being held as slaves than there were African slaves in America. More than 13 centuries later, Edward Middleton would be struggling at low-paying jobs in England. Over the years, Edward and his brother Arthur would save their money, and eventually they would jump on one of the slave ships and hoping to flip their money. When they arrived to the Western world, they would arrive in Barbados, but the brothers wouldn't stay very long, so they caught the next voyage to the Americas. Being that Edward Middleton wasn't directly a part of the Atlantic slave trade, when he arrived in the Carolinas, he was still granted more than 4,000 plus acres of land and tons of African slaves due to his English descent. He pursued agricultural experiments on the property and created a garden of sophisticated designs featuring indigenous plants. Otranto functioned as a royal retreat with a small residence, a pleasure garden, and an ornamental grove of colorful trees, plants, and shrubs. The garden had a maze of beautiful paths that wound throughout the garden, but when looking at it from the river, you could see straight walks, and most people called it a magical deception. Even though Alexander Garden loved collecting plants from other parts of America and the world, he wanted to keep the Carolinas indigenous plants to demonstrate what a real Carolina situation was. Garden only had a few years to develop and enjoy Otranto before the outbreak of war between America and Britain in 1776. By the 1850s, Otranto was named Little Goose by Philip Poacher, but when he died in 1872, a hunting club purchased the property. By 1890s, horse races were held on the property. The property was redeveloped as a residential subdivision in 1960.